Alrighty guys, this is the unfortunate story of Silas Scott. This is going to be a couple of videos, so let's get right to it. Silas Scott was born on November 22nd, 2022 in Newburgh, Indiana, to Jacob and Caitlin Monroe Scott. On February 15, 2022, officers were dispatched to 3844 Honeysuckle Drive in reference to an unconscious baby. When the officer arrived shortly after the medics and the fire department personnel, they were already there doing CPR on the infant Silas. The mother, Caitlin, stated that her and Jacob and their three youngest kids got home this morning around 3:45 a.m. and was in bed at 4 a.m. She said that Jacob is the night shift manager at Boonville Taco Bell. So it's his responsibility to close up by 1 a.m. and then clean up afterwards. Caitlin said that she and her three youngest kids went to the restaurant to wait for Jacob to finish his shift. She said after he had finished, they went home and went to bed. She put Silas to bed at 4 a.m. and he was just fine at that point. She woke up at around 12:30 p.m. the next day and found Silas unresponsive and not breathing. He was lying on his back with foamy saliva coming out of his mouth, so she screamed for Jacob to wake up. She then called 911 and they were instructed to start administering CPR on the baby. Unfortunately, shortly after the medics and first responder arrived, they were administering CPR. The medics were instructed by a doctor on call to stop resuscitation process because Silas wasn't able to be revived. The detectives and coroners were dispatched to Silas' location and they took control of the scene. On April 18, 2022, autopsy revealed that the cause of unaliving was from malnutrition and starvation. During the interrogation of Caitlin on April 12, 2022, she stated that the baby was born small but healthy and that he had difficulty growing. Caitlin stated she fed the baby Silas 1/6 ounce of formula every 2 to 4 hours, and in addition, 2 ounces if he seemed hungry still. Caitlin was asked if anyone had reached out to her about if there was anything wrong with the baby. Caitlin stated that her mom, Brandy Monroe, stated that she thought that there was something wrong with the baby, but didn't believe it was malnutrition. Caitlin stated that her best friend, Grace Hudson, asked Caitlin why Silas was so small. Caitlin just said, "Yeah, he's a little small." Caitlin stated she thought there was something underlyingly wrong with the baby, but she never had the time to call or get a new pediatrician. Caitlin's other child had an incident at the emergency room. Caitlin stated they were able to get the child's weight up after this incident. Caitlin was referred to the Ireland Home-Based Services course by DCS. Caitlin stated that she created her own feeding logs and showed her workers everything that she was doing. Alrighty guys, follow me for part 2 of the baby Silas story.